Today we're going to look at the M3, which is parked behind me. The actual purpose of the M3 amphibious vehicle is for bridging and ferrying operations. This allows the battle to move across wide water gapped areas. So it's the British Army's only wide water gap crossing capability. 2 M3s coupled together can carry 1 main battle tank. 4 M3s coupled together can carry 2 main battle tanks. It will carry a maximum weight of 132 tons wheeled, which gives you the capability of taking your sort of Oshkosh with a het and a Challenger on the back. And the sole what of that is you can get a lot of kit across to the battlefield and keep the battle moving. Okay, and now then, using Colin, what we're going to do is the M3 is now going to transform itself into its water position, so how it would go in the water. That's by Colin will operate the pontoon levers and open up the pontoons. As we can see, this is happening now. Once the pontoons are fully down, he will then lock the pontoons to the hull. Just shortly before entering the water, you then put the splash plate up, and you can see the splash plate's gone up there now, and the splash plate is designed to protect the windscreen on splashing into the water. Once the vehicle is in the water, he'll then retract the axles. Obviously on dry land, this is now going to make the M3 sit down onto the ground. Purpose of imagination here, obviously the vehicle's now floating on the water and the wheels have been retracted into the hull, into the body of the hull. This now shows the M3 in its water position. The M3 would drive into the water with the axles out, obviously, and once the vehicle's afloat on the water, the driver would retract the axles into the body of the hull. Obviously on dry land, that looks like the M3 is sitting down on the ground. Now we're going to meet the pilot who makes this amphibian move on the water, and this is Lance Scott Bradley Ware.
Yeah, so I'm going to take you through the pilot stand. Funnily enough, it's got nothing to do with flying, but it is a very good bit of kit. Here in the middle, you've got the master pilot. This is essentially used, if you imagine you're in a car and you wanted to move that car left to right or diagonal, that's what this does. And then here is essentially a steering wheel. So if you want to steer that car or steer the rig, that's exactly what this will do. Yeah, I've piloted for 6 years, and they're very nimble, very easy to use on the water. And unfortunately, I don't have a driving license. However, I can control this on the water, even though it's a 26-ton piece of aluminium. But yeah, a very good bit of kit. It's an experience thing, so I think some people definitely struggle in the beginning because it's on water and it's obviously very different to anything else. But once you get it in your head that you have to counter things maybe a little bit quicker than you would driving, for example, it's quite easy. So our pilot's course is 2 weeks long. In that you go through man overboard drills, close coupling, open coupling, ferrying, bridging. You go through pretty much every job that you'd be asked to do as a pilot, as well as going through emergency pilot controls. So commanders usually will be on the ferry, and they have hand signals that they will give to the pilots for more power, less power, which direction they're going to travel in, and they will help pilots when there's multiple of you linked together to come in and couple or come into bridge. So the other day we put in a 14 rig, there were 14 rigs, 4 rig ferries. That took us 16 minutes to fully construct, and then we was waiting for traffic. So it can be pretty quick. Back in Minden, we put in a bridge of, I believe, 9 rigs in 25 minutes. So yeah, it is quite fast. Yeah, it's quite quick.